iridologist. This is Kathy Norris with another Iridology Quickie. I have the business of Iridology Fusion. You may see that out there on the social media websites. You may know me from Iridology Around the World. Today, I'm not going to be bringing you a quickie, so to speak, with a picture of an eye, but what I do want to talk to you about is the upcoming IPA Symposium. I am really, really excited. I will be one of the speakers. I'm going to be presenting some new information and some research that has been in the works for me for many, many years. It's taken me 3 years to put this all together, so I'm very excited to be bringing you information on cranial nerves and muscle mapping. So I really hope that you can attend just to get some new education and some new guidance, whether it's hybrid or it's in person. We don't care. We want you there. We want you learning some new material. Now, my friends in the business, my colleagues, wow, we've got a great list of presenters and years of experience. I mean, just the years that Christos and I have total well over 50 together collectively. That knowledge is what we've got stuck up in here is great. Now, what is beautiful about that is that we've got the ability to learn more and accept new ideas and listen and broaden our horizon in iridology. So I hope that you will do the same. But I just want to read to you a list. Now, I know you can go and do this for yourself, but just let me help you out here for a second. Michael Salas, a friend of mine in California, he's going to be talking about something I'm very interested to hear this myself, because this may coincide with something I'm teaching. I don't know. I've not asked him about it, but he's talking about iridology and neurological findings. I'm kind of working with that myself. Christos, my little cohort in crime, if you will, he's going to be talking about red rings. Denny Johnson and Randy Schulman will be there to talk about red as well. So they're presenting on that. Leonard Melmauer, great teacher, great instructor, sclerology into the future. Now, what I'm going to be teaching about is very important and very closely related to sclerology. Sclerology is actually going to help you find the mappings that I'm going to be talking about related to the cranial nerves and also to muscles. So it's very, very important that we know sclerology. We just can't say, well, I don't know it right now. I don't know it like I should. Yes, you need to. You need to. Betty Sue O'Brien, my little sweet tea buddy down in Alabama. I'm sorry, Mississippi. She's going to be talking about the glandular system, and she knows a great detail of information pertaining to the glandular system. Robin Baker's coming up, and she's going to be taking herbs and body systems to account. I mean, she knows herbs. Oh my gosh, does that girl know herbs? It's worth a listen, let me tell you. Birgit is going to be Birgit, our president, our IPA president. She's going to be talking about opposites attract. Now, that's one of the things that's going to segue right into level 3 iridology from IPA. Opposites attract is so fascinating. I mean, if you've never heard Birgit talk about this, if you've never seen a webinar on this, listen, you owe it to yourself to hear this class on opposites attract, because it is fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Wanda Seitz used to be a board member. Wow, she's done a lot of things to elevate IPA. You might not know her right offhand. You might, Wanda. Wanda does Reams testing, and she is going to be talking about that a little bit more in depth. RBTI, I believe, is what she's going to be talking about, which is the ionization related to Reams. So deep science. There's a lot of science in that. Ellen Jensen, of course, we all know and love Ellen. Ellen's going to be talking about iridology and German pathology research. Now that's just it sounds interesting to me. I can't wait to hear that. Cheryl Strom, another board member, she's going to be talking, and this is really important, and we all need to put our ears on for this. This is so important if you work with social media as an iridologist. She's going to be talking about the language we use in iridology. I'm just going to segue right into something. And I don't mean to step on toes if you're out there. If you're part of IPA or you're not part of IPA, doesn't matter. Some of the social media sites that I've looked at on Instagram, Facebook, some things that pop up on YouTube, I'm not going to call you out, but if you're writing about how iridology is a diagnostic tool, I want you to think about that word. First of all, IPA, when we teach iridology, we do not teach diagnosis. If you are diagnosing, you need to be a medical doctor. I cannot deepen that. I cannot instill that into you any more than what I just did. But I'm looking at some sites and they render iridology as a diagnostic tool. Iridology is not a diagnostic tool. Please do not refer to iridology as a diagnostic tool unless you are a medical allopathic physician or professional. Please, it does not look well if you're not. It is an analytical tool to help you look into the eyes and see structure, to research on your own as an iridologist DNA, to help a client help themselves. You're not prescribing, you're not diagnosing, you're making suggestions for health and well-being. Okay? It comes back on us all. There is a trickle-down effect when the word diagnosis is used. So I do hope that Cheryl, and Cheryl is a friend of mine, I really hope that Cheryl reinforces this because I can't do it all by myself. And I'm not trying to police you, not trying to police what you put on your sites. You say whatever you want to. I am giving you just some suggestion and general direction that it is very, very important that we who are not medical doctors raise ourselves to that level of diagnosis. I do not diagnose anyone. I don't want to diagnose anyone. I want to leave that to the doctor. So I cannot stress that enough. Aside from that, let me get off that box and go back to symposium. I want to see as many iridologists on the hybrid side. If you cannot attend in person, you can watch the recordings. I want to see the participation there. If you can come to San Diego, listen, I know it could be a trek for some. It's very cost effective to do that, but you will raise your level of knowledge to a point that you just can't believe over a weekend. Your head will probably explode on the way home. So, with that being said, thank you for listening. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate your comments. And you know what? If you're going to symposium in person, put in the comment section below where you're traveling from. Man, we've got people coming from all over. We've got people coming across the U.S. We've got people coming out of Canada. We've got people coming out across the world to listen to what we say. Wow. Thank you.